Welcome to Python Tips and Tricks with Vitus DK. We will quickly check out some cool things for both beginners and experts.
Today we'll be looking at values and variables. We have 5 tips and tricks for the day. We'll start with the very first one, using meaningful variable names. Choose names that clearly explain what the variable means, just like video name. That's a mnemonic name that is good, unlike X, which is just a generic name and tells us nothing about the code. Both of them are going to execute just fine, but you want to make sure you improve on your readability and maintainability of your code. Number 2, follow Python naming conventions. Use lowercase names and underscores for variable names, such as video name with an underscore, which is snake case. That is correct, but bad names like Pascal case video name or camel case video name are very difficult to read and they are not the standard style for Python. Running this code will just work just fine, but again, we want to maintain readability following PEP 8. Next up, avoid using reserved words. Reserved words, which we've seen earlier, have special meanings in Python. For instance, if you try to assign the value of bad name to the reserved word if, you're going to end up with an error. Let's try it out. Oops, syntax error, invalid syntax. So make sure you avoid using keywords like if, else, for, and while. Next up, number 4, use constants for fixed values. There are some values that do not really change. So you can use constants, but remember that you have to write constants in all uppercase. For instance, the author name, in this case, is Vitus.dk. The current year is 2024. And other popular constants like pi and gravity, you have to write the variable name in all caps. That's going to also improve on your readability. Again, let's execute this. Everything looks just fine. Number 5, use multiple assignments. How does that work? Instead of writing 3 separate assignments for the gender, name, and age, we can write multiple variables on the same line and assign them using commas. So this code should work just fine. Gender is going to be male. John is going to be assigned to the name variable, and 25, which is a different data type than the other ones, should still work to be assigned to age. If we execute this, the assignments are done. If we try to find out the gender by executing that, it tells us the gender is male. If we try to find out the age by executing that, it tells us the age is 25. And if we try to execute name, it tells us it's John. So that's about it. Very quickly, with 5 different tips and tricks for values and variables. We'll start by number 1, using meaningful variable names. Number 2, follow Python naming conventions. Number 3, avoid using reserved keywords. Number 4, use constants for fixed values. And number 5, use multiple assignments. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. This has been Vitus DK, and you all